Hey everybody, I know it's been a while since I've done a Be the Best Version of You, but I figured since Valentine's Day was coming up, I'd do a Be the Best Version of You on love. In most people's mind, I imagine they have a perfect ideal of love, which essentially comes down to like, no matter what happens, you're going to love me or you're going to support me through, whatever circumstance that, may or may not occur. And what a lot of people don't realize is that, we are a product of our upbringing and we have normalized a lot of things in our families and, bring those out with our partners, such as, traumas that have not been, not of our system entirely. So we end up lashing out at the people closest to us and, saying to them like, if you love me, you should bear this burden. It is like working compassionately with one another because we're in this together to overcome these these difficulties that may arise within our character due to, childhood trauma and other interactions that have stuck with us. So keeping that in mind, when you're looking for unconditional love, you have to also be willing to meet, that person with that same consistency that you are requiring from them. You have to recognize the unfairness that you are giving to someone else when you have these, idealized expectations and you're placing them upon them, but you're not willing to extend that same courtesy, to them. You're essentially just saying, I want what I want when I want it to this person. And if they don't provide that for you, then, they don't love you. Which is, entirely, untrue. No one can live up to a perfect, idealized form. But what we can do is we can meet in the middle and compromise and come up with, conditions and establish healthy boundaries for our partners. That way, we're never in situations where we're fully dependent upon people to bring us our gratification and put ourselves in tricky situations where, you're looking at someone and you're saying, you're not fulfilling my needs. And they're looking at you saying, I can't fulfill your needs because your needs are impossible. The level of consistency and the high demand of your needs can't be met by anyone. The standards you have are unrealistic. So these are the things that you have to take into consideration when you're thinking about, unconditional love and, also the many forms that, love takes, because we only love at the level that we understand. Like some people are in the hopeless romantic stage. They'll do anything for you without any return. That's their idea of love. And they'll run into somebody that will take, advantage of them and keep giving them their ideal version of love. Some people, just have the supporting love where all they want to do is like take care of somebody, and they can also run into somebody that just wants to be taken care of, and they can run into situations where they're used for that. The ideal is running into someone essentially that does not take advantage of your love, but helps you grow into your love with their love. And finding that person, you'll realize that it's not a battle anymore. It's about cooperation essentially. And you find yourself constantly working and collaborating together in love and in that understanding rather than fighting just to get an edge, just to get what you want. Because if you had to constantly fight for someone to get what you want, then you're not really going to make it anywhere. You should be like walking miles, but you're fighting for inches, and that's no way to have a supportive, loving relationship. So I just want to leave you with that, and let's be the best version of you. Make sure you have a little conditions for the unconditional, because you need a little form for the formless.